All right, screw it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Nothing I can do about it now.
Nope, no going back. You got it.
There we go. And there we go. And there I am. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Getting there.
You feeling better now?
Yeah, a lot better than I was. Yeah, I'm still got remnants of it, but it's getting there.
Oh, bless you. I felt so
Yeah.
sorry.
It happens. What can you do? I got my cup of tea, so I'm good.
Is that a Taz, as in like a Tasmanian devil mug?
Yep.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yep. My sister got it for me like years ago.
Mm.
Yeah. I see I'm poking over your shoulder over there too.
I know. See, I wanted a new one so then I could be like this. Like,
Yeah. It's like, hey, go away.
but there was another one, but it looked very suggestive, didn't it, Kricket?
Sure
Uh-oh.
did. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there was some
my.
there was some naughty
Hello.
things with the picture. So
Shall I show you?
yeah, show him.
Was it my naked ass?
It was not.
No, we
I'm not.
we decided to be respectful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Misha was showing that off for a while. I was like, Misha, dude, no. Why? Why? No one wants to see that.
It just it's a bit suggestive.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Right
Oh.
behind her too.
She's
glory hole art.
yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
He's staying
Yeah.
there.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh god, I'm a proper sweat on. It was so embarrassing.
We need a blow up doll of that. Just
Well, have you seen on the AdCast page?
oh, I saw it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm a pain in the ass.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember our conversation we were having with B that night
Oh,
at
yeah.
dinner and everything? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh my
so-
god, yeah.
Hilarious.
Just to remind you, I gotta have a hard out by like 2:50.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Shouldn't be too bad, but won't keep you for 2.5 hours this time.
I appreciate it.
So,
Yeah, I've just been loaded up with like interviews and everything recently. I'm like, my god.
I bet. Well, that's the thing. That's one of my like sort of questions. It's like it's gone absolutely crazy, hasn't it?
It has gone absolutely bonkers. Sorry.
It's okay.
English
Use your
hard.
words, David.
I know. Use my words.
Use your
Words are
words.
hard. I should run for Senate.
How are you feeling?
You
about
should.
Yeah.
that?
What? Now, what was the question?
Sorry, how are you feeling about how crazy it's gone?
It's been crazy. That definitely has been crazy. I'm like, I haven't really had time to process it all yet because every single day there's something new that happens. So it's just like, my God, it's just like, what's going to happen today? What's going to happen today? So I think maybe eventually, maybe it'll dawn on me what's going on. But I mean, that didn't really happen after the first film. I still kind of live in this surreal like mindscape of like, oh yeah, I'm Art the Clown.
But
I'm like, yeah,
it's
I still feel like myself.
oh, that's good though. At least you're staying sort of like humble though, because you do get
Yeah.
like people that are a lot bigger than like in the
Are
community.
you getting recognized yet?
A little bit. I mean, like, it's unusual for people to recognize me on the street, but Damien texted me last night, said he got recognized in a bar last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is
Coming.
yeah. So I'm like, wow. When the director's getting recognized, that's telling you something. So I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like we got all the people like passing out and being sick and everything. It's absolute nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and that's the thing too. Like all that's real. That's not like some publicity thing that we cooked up to, sell the movie or anything like that, because like we don't have that kind of budget to make that kind of, campaign work. But that's purely organic by the fans just reporting stuff that they've seen themselves. I mean, I've had people send me videos of stuff they've seen. I just haven't posted them because I'm like, I don't know if I want to post that. Like, one video just showed some guy just looked like he was having a seizure during the movie. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, like I've seen it now. Thankfully, I was gutted. I think you're gonna do an interview and not seen it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk to you about. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you say? But they're like, I found it. I don't know if it's just me. Clearly, I might be a little bit twisted. But I found it really funny.
I did too. I that's what I like. It's almost cartoonish in a way with like the violence in it. It has a Warner Brothers type of quality to it, but like other people get grossed out by that, especially the final scene. I've heard a lot of people are like, "Oh God."
I know. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching it and it came up, I was like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, because at first, obviously, she's drawn with the blood from,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, fair enough. Like, she's clearly lost her mind a wee bit. And then it was just like, I was like, oh, she's pregnant. What the hell has happened here? And then it was like, and I was like, oh, there you are. I was like, oh,
there I am.
Look at that.
It's a boy.
Mama. Mama.
What?
So I had told David, Scotty, I don't know if I told you too, but I took my son and his girlfriend out to see Terrifier 2 a couple nights ago. And we're sitting there, and there's a seat separating me and the Karen next to me. She went and tattled on me because I was laughing way too hard and being just so excited for this movie. And
Yeah.
it's like, really? So the whole time I'm sitting there staring at her like, really? Just really trying to creep her out through the whole thing. Like,
I love someone
come on, man.
tattled. They just tattled on. This person's having way too much fun with this
They're
violent
just
movie.
laughing. Yeah. Some
This is
people.
just not appropriate behavior.
Right.
I don't know
right.
what's wrong with her. Get a manager, please, because I want my money back because someone's having way too much fun in a movie.
Nobody should laugh at this violence like
Yeah.
that.
But why the hell are you here in the movie in the first place? It's just like,
Yeah.
like this is a slasher movie. This like no one takes slashers seriously.
Right.
Like you're not going in to see, like Saving Private Ryan or Schindler's List over here,
Halloween ends.
Oh God. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. Oh, God.
I know.
Such a slap in the face to the fans.
Right. I haven't watched it yet. Just out of principle, damn it.
Yeah.
I refuse.
My thing is like if this had been like a midpoint movie, it would have been fine. But this is supposed to be the final movie with Mike Myers and Laurie Strode, and you relegate both of them to being like tertiary characters in their own final movie. I'm like, what? No. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Like no one cares about this main character, especially when he's killed off. It's like then what was the point of him? What was the point?
Yeah, I did think that. I was like, like I haven't watched it yet, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I just don't think I'm gonna bother. I've heard enough from other people.
Yeah.
Think, nah, mate.
Like if it hadn't been a Halloween movie, it would have been a fine movie. I wouldn't have, like the actual Corey story that they had, and it was not a bad story, but it had no place in this fucking movie. I was just like, no. It's like someone took two movies and put them together.
Yes, exactly. When I first heard about that, I went, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't go to a Michael Myers movie to see a movie about some kid that's just introduced. It's like, no, that's not the point.
But you've kind of fucked the whole timeline by then, haven't you? So
yeah. They did that anyway, with retconning so many things, which I was kind of upset with anyway, because I was like, I always liked the brother sister relationship type thing.
I did as well. I gave it something a little. Now when they brought it in, it was like, oh.
Yeah. Give it some meat.
Yeah,
I was just like, he just wants to go look at his reflection in the window.
I know, it's just a bit. I had high hopes because the first one was not too bad. The second one gave me a migraine. I was like, what?
Yeah. This one just made me actually mad. I was mad. I was like, I've never had a movie just make me mad at it before. This made me mad. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't do this for the finale. This is especially when they've been touting this is going to be the grand finale for years, and they do this. I'm like, No, you don't do that. You don't do that. That's the last thing you're supposed to do.
No, I'm not happy about it either.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed.
Did you see?
I actually booed it. I actually was sitting here in my living room, boo.
At least you didn't go like to the cinema.
Yeah, thank God I didn't waste money on that. I would have been like, I need my money back. I'm out the clown. Give me my money.
It's very rarely that I turn a movie off, but you know, I know for a fact, like after Halloween Kills, I was like,
Hmm.
they've got to really pull it out the bag. And then my son
Yeah,
had to see it and he told me about it. I was like,
it's like Halloween Kills looks better to me. I'm like, my God, how did they do that? It's just, no. And also, I really was angered by what they did to Diana Prince in it, because like she's been advocating that series forever on Joe Bob, and they had her little cameo, and then she gets killed, but off screen in like blurred out in the background type of thing. So like, I hear it's going to be in the extras or something like. No, you put that in the actual movie. That's a kill scene. You don't just do that. You know, it's like this is a slasher movie. Everybody wants to see the kill scenes.
yeah.
Show the kill scene. Oh my God, it was just like, why? Who's making these decisions? Who the hell was in the editing room going, hey, let's do this, and this?
You know who's making the decisions? It's Hollywood, isn't it? Like the big,
Yep.
whereas like, you know, little independent films can do what they want to do.
Yep. Guarantee you, Damien Leone would not have made those decisions.
You know, I've seen a lot of people asking, they were like, do you think now he's made a lot more money, do you think he'll sell it? And I was like, oh, really? Oh,
No, this is his baby. He's like, because that's one thing I remember, like years ago, we were at a convention, and Heather Langenkamp was with us, and it was like, you know, about a year after Terrifier had come out, and she's like, oh my God, this thing's like building momentum like crazy. It's like, it took like Robert a few years to get the same kind of momentum behind him that art already has, and it's, you know, social media I think is part of that. But she said, like, you know, don't sell it. Do not sell this. She said that was one of Wes Craven's biggest regrets, that he gave up so much of the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street. He lost so much creative control over it, and he always regretted that. She's like, do not do that.
Yeah, definitely not. Like they kind of, as much as I love the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I really do, they've kind of, you know, like 4 and 5.
Yeah, especially after 3 was just so.
I know. Oh, speaking of 3, did you actually see any of it? I know you were at your table, but did you meet any of the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 cast?
Oh yeah. I mean, I met Ken years ago. Like we were at Atlantic City together, and like Damien and I helped him record an audition, and we kind of hit it off and stuff like that. So Ken is such a sweetheart. I finally got to meet Jen too, so
Love her.
she's really cool.
I went past her table going, like,
she is a sweetheart.
yeah. Oh, they look so amazing. And then on the Sunday, when I actually decided to get some balls and actually go up to tables and stuff, I forgot my bloody Freddy. I left it at the hotel. I was like,
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
okay. I was like, clearly not go well.
Like, oh man. That was a fun convention though. A lot of good people there. I hated that I was so the whole entire time I was there, because I really wanted to talk to people more, but I was just like, I am so out of it right now.
I know.
That and the jet lag didn't help.
No, they're not.
Yeah, but how it goes.
Kind of raspy.
Yeah, I sound like a chain smoking frog.
Oh no, bless.
It's like, oh God, like Sunday, I was like, hi, how are you? It's just like,
He was as well. He was so raspy. I was like, oh my heart.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I feel fine. It's just, you know, so much in there. It's just like, this sucks.
And I did say as well, I was like, it takes a lot to be able to sit through a whole convention because it's really busy, isn't it? And
Oh yeah, God.
like, do we have to get into makeup? Were you not like at one point like 3 hours, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Props?
Oh yeah. It took about an hour and a half to get my makeup on and stuff like that. Then like the photo ops was like 2.5 hours. That was like insane. I've never had photo ops like that before. It was just constant. Just okay, next. I'm like, wow. It got so hot in there too. there was like condensation on the ground because everybody's breath in there, and it was just so hot. So it was just like, it was crazy.
Plastic little bubbles they put you in it, essentially.
Yeah.
Brutal. I was like, because
Yeah.
stop people from going having any.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob, my manager, was on the side just fanning me the whole entire time with this piece of cardboard because I was like, just trying not to die.
Oh, bless you. It was hot.
Bob.
It was boiling.
Yeah. Good old Bob.
He's so great.
Yeah. Good old Bob.
He has the best stories. Like,
he's got a million stories. Remember the time I was with DeForest Kelly at did I ever tell you this time I was with, Leonard Nimoy? And
I've heard that he's got good stories.
oh yeah.
But yeah. So we might as well get to the meat and bones of this, because I know that's what Cricket's here for. Let's talk about the laundromat scene. You can tell us whatever you want to tell us about that scene.
Yes, like did you have any special training or exercise you did to get certain parts of your physique in shape for your notorious?
No, I should have actually done that because it would have been better.
It was believe me, it was just fine.
Yeah, at least that wasn't my COVID weight, so that was a good thing. I was like, oh God, I put on a few pounds during COVID. I'm like, this doesn't happen. I've never gained weight until COVID. I'm like, shit, I gained 20 pounds. What the fuck? This doesn't happen. I need to exercise. I got to start exercising again too, because I started gaining it back. I'm like, nope, because I got so lazy with conventions and everything. I'm like, I gotta be skinny for art. So it sucks. But yeah, God, it was so cold that night though. Oh my God, I was freezing that whole entire time because I'm covered from head to toe in blood, and it's just so cold. I was like standing near the lights just to try to get some warmth. And like Olga, our costumer, was constantly just grabbing me cups of hot water just so I could hold it just to keep myself warm. But like one time, because we did the exterior shot of me walking in, and that was about maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning there in New Jersey. And people were already starting to go to work. So, cars were passing by me on the road, and I'm like, hi, get out of the shot, please. I need to walk across the road. But we're sitting there, and later on, where I'm fully disrobed and I basically just have a newspaper over me, cop car pulls up, and I'm like, oh God, no, not again. No. And because we're also racing the sun at this point too. So we can't afford this. We can't afford this right now. And Damien's like, hey Dave, why don't you just go fuck with the cops? I'm like, I am not gonna fuck with the cops right now. No, especially in this state of undress. No. I basically was wearing a cock sock. So I'm like, no, not doing that. No. I was like, oh, come on. It's like, no, man, no. And cop comes out of the car, and it happens to be a very attractive female cop. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
Oh my God, Scotty is so blushing right now.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no. This, I want some just big Bubba cop to come in. I'm like, no, it's kind of this really attractive female cop. I'm like, oh, no. And she comes in, she's like, so I hear that someone said there was a clown covered in blood walking in here.
Wearing only a sock?
At that point, I had my clothes on, so they didn't know. Okay. I leaned forward, and I'm like, that was me. She's like, oh, God, I see why we were called. Okay, wow. Are you guys filming a movie or something? I'm like, yeah. It's not a porno.
No. But there's one of those floating around, but not involving you.
Oh yeah. I was actually hanging out with them last night, Sonia and her husband. It was like they just filmed part 2, so they're releasing that soon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say I can't wait for that?
Terrifier 2.
Oh my God. Like you said, you've made it when the makeup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Award-winning.
And it wins awards. Yep.
I've signed the award for them too. The funny thing is, they live just a few blocks away from me.
Oh my God.
We didn't know it at the time. I'm like, holy shit! So now we hang out a lot.
Well, I can't wait to see their laundromat version.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
With Fap the clown. That's his name.
Commando the
Fap,
clown.
Fap the clown.
I'm assuming these are going to be like Terrifier like traditions, and the cops get called and David's naked.
Yeah, something like that. The cops are always called. Like both Terrifier films and streams. Cops weren't called with stream, but I got threatened with a gun. So
that way, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was because I didn't really technically get threatened. It was just like we didn't know that there were people in rooms because we're filming that in a hotel, and in January during COVID, and you'd think, no one would be in the hotel, and you would think also that the hotel had like told people, hey, there's a kid.
I know, you're so cute.
Yeah, I know, but you think they would tell people that they were people, filming a horror film in a hotel. And just so you know, if you see anything weird going on, they're filming a horror film. They didn't tell people that. And so there's a whole scene where I'm stalking my victim down a hallway, and they got all these crazy lights and everything. I'm covered in blood, all that kind of stuff. I look freaky with the mask on and everything that I wear in the movie. And we stopped filming at one point, and all of a sudden this door opens up down the hallway. Whatever you're doing is very effective. You almost got shot because we are Second Amendmenters. It's like this, just like Karen just comes out of a room holding a revolver. It's just like, and then she had been filming it, so she was filming it through the peephole of her door. So she showed us the footage. I'm like, oh my God, I see why I was almost shot. Because I'm so glad I didn't stop and look at that door at one point, because oh my God, that would have been it. That would have been it. It was just like, oh my God, why did they not tell people we're filming a horror movie?
Yeah, because I spoke to Michael Levy. I did an interview with him 2 weeks prior, and he was like, I need to tell you the story. He's much better than now.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Because I mean, I can only imagine how that had to look from her perspective. You're in the middle of this hotel, this like haunted hotel too, in the middle of the night, and you see the lights are really weird in the hallway all of a sudden, and then you just see this guy walking around constantly in the hallway covered in blood wearing a mask. I'm like, yeah, you're not thinking, oh, they're shooting a horror film. You're thinking there's someone in this hotel killing people.
Yeah, I bet that must have been hilarious though. Just
yeah. After the fact, at first we're like, oh shit.
Like, Haley died today, and Haley. It could have been. I think if you were dressed as Art, you would have got shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
most definitely.
Especially with blood all over you. Mm-hmm. You would have got shot.
Oh yeah. Especially the laundromat Art.
Oh,
just in the socks and shoes.
Jesus. We did that in one take too with my butt, because people were on their way to work and cars started honking when they were going by. Just honk. I'm like, oh God, they see me. Oh God.
Well, yeah, because you're naked.
God. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh no. And then my sock fell off too. I was like, oh no, no one looked.
Oh
no
my
one
God.
looked.
Oh my.
Is that going to be in the bonus footage?
I hope not. But all that happened like rapid succession, and so it's like they got the shot off they needed in perfect amount of time, because I think like right after that, where it cuts away, that's when all the chaos started happening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who actually, was it your idea this time, or was it Damien again? Just like,
oh, totally, Damien's. Totally. Now I would never go, hey, let's just show my butt.
I bet you were like, you're such an ass.
Yeah, literally.
You're in this to me.
Yeah.
Can we just take a second to talk about all the poop?
I know.
Oh, that's how that room actually is in that haunted house, though.
Yeah.
That is the bathroom room, and apparently they have stuff in there that's when they do the haunted house and make it smell like pooey in there too. I'm like, oh God, no, that's gross. That's gross. But yeah, that was like, we added the art was here on the wall, but the rest was already there. They might have put a little extra on the wall just for the movie, but that's how that room was designed.
Oh my gosh, it would have been so funny if if Art had written for a good time called Art.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have worked too. Put that in one of the stalls.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been funny. Why didn't we do that? Oh my God, I should have totally done that.
Next time.
Next time, Gadget. Next time. Yeah, that was a crazy place to film, and I love like when before the movie came out and people didn't know that was actually taking place in a haunted house. I remember some people comments like, "Oh my God, this movie's so bad because you can see the ceiling and you can tell it's a set and blah 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 blah." I'm like, yeah, it is. That's how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
What
Like,
about
good for you.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask, what about your little friend? She was adorable. She was
Oh, wasn't she? Good old Amelie. She was great.
I watched the behind the scenes thing, and there was like a couple of scenes with just you and her, and I was just like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, my first time like really working with her was the day we did the possum scene, and she just totally just went with everything I was doing. They just told her like just kind of imitate what David does. And she just totally threw herself right into it and was just like, I'm like, oh my God, she's good. She's good. She's a natural. Now she's on General Hospital.
oh wow.
Yeah, she's like a recurring character on there. So I'm like, that's amazing. So she's a sweetie. It's like, or unfortunately, going forward, since she's growing so much, we're probably not gonna be able to use her again for that role, which sucks. But it's like, but well, I mean, we got plans for that character anyway. That doesn't necessarily have to be because you see that she changes shapes and stuff like that. She can change into Barbara and stuff like that too. So it's like, yeah, that's not the only shape it takes.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if she was gonna be back in it because she was adorable. So
yeah, maybe not her specifically because she's definitely aging out of the role, but unfortunately, yeah, that sucks. But because she's wonderful. Oh my God, we would love to work with her again. But the character itself is definitely going to be in part 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to. Yeah.
Yeah, like going towards what you were saying about the mannerisms and stuff. Like, so
Mhm.
actually, I think I heard you say something about the mannerisms, but I don't want to ruin it. I want you to tell it and not, So how did you do arts over the top mannerisms and stuff?
How do I do it? I just do it. It just comes to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that possum scene though, that was there's a lot of stuff that didn't make it into the movie from that scene because just time, and plus it would just meant that Elliot's character Jonathan would just been standing there forever staring at us instead of freaking out and running away. So it's like, yeah, why would he just stand there and just like, I'm gonna watch a show? But like I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, I did a whole puppet thing with the possum, like stuck my hand right up and be like, ah, la, 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 all this, talking to it. Treated it like a dog, so I was like trying to do tricks like, hey, fetch and play dead. I like did the got it and play dead, yay! Possum playing dead. I thought that was just a funny joke to make. So
Yeah.
like, but yeah, none of that made it into the film. So hopefully it'll be on like extras and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hope they are, because just watching you like do stuff, like it's just hilarious. Like it's because you can make a really dark scene really funny, like this bit.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I didn't even know that's what my face looked like until afterwards. I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. I love it.
That's Arth's O face.
Yeah. This is like that had like
don't
like
encourage
the whole
me, Scotty.
the first time I did that, the whole entire crew just started dying laughing. They were just like, it's like we gotta do that again because everybody was laughing. It's like, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. No, but they're like, no, do that though, that's great. I'm like, I had no idea what I did. I'm like, oh.
I just thought it was funny as I was like just a lot of the scenes, like there's a bit when I've got to be careful because I know Deanna's not seen it, bless her heart, but there's a bit where you're sat on the bed, if you remember, and then she starts talking, it's like your eyes just go like that, and I was like, it's like killing me, I'm dying. I was like, because it's so inappropriate, kind of the way you were looking, but it's just hilarious at the same time. It was so funny.
Stuff I don't even realize I'm doing. It's just like I just do my thing and whatever happens. So like a great example of that is like the scene where I get stabbed and not stabbed in the head, but like the stuff gets ripped off my face and I do the little screaming in pain thing. And I didn't realize what I had done. And Damien's like, oh my God, dude. He looked at the playback of it. It's like, dude, you just had a Lon Chaney moment.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I look at it, it's that the old school horror type of, silent film, like type of stuff. I was like, oh, that was unintentional, but great.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like we got to keep that in.
Yeah, just seems the more exaggerated it is, the funnier it is as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, no, it is awesome.
yeah. I think it makes it when he's so exaggerated, but then when he gets serious, that just makes it much more pronounced when you can tell he's done playing around. So I think that's what makes him scarier when he's being playful, ha ha ha, then just
Yeah.
boom, changes on, can change on a
just
dime
down to
too.
business.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really it takes you out from the whole like when you're watching it, it's like, oh, it's funny, and then it's like, oh, he's not messing around anymore. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not joking around right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bless him. But yeah, what other projects have you got coming up? I know, well, the first thing I want to address is the Joker thing. Now the people are doing, petition. I did sign it.
Oh, thank you.
You need to do that.
Thank you. I would love that. That's of course my dream. I mean, that's been a lifelong dream of mine to play like Joker in a real capacity outside of a fan film. So I'm like, I got to do that. So because I'm just so tired of Hollywood screwing up the character more and more, and everybody, they keep on trying to make him creepy. Like I'm just like, no. He's not intentionally creepy. He's very charismatic. He's a showman and all that. He's a master wordsmith, and no one brings that aspect to him anymore. He is like the last one that kind of did that was Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody now tries to be more like Heath Ledger. I'm like, hey, I liked Heath Ledger's performance as Joker, but he also wasn't the Joker of the comic book.
No.
That was just a great performance in general, but that was not the Joker of the comic book. But everybody tries to base their Joker off of his Joker now, and they're all trying to do that. Ha ha! I'm so creepy. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, no, that's not how Joker is in the comic book. It's like that's too obvious for him. The Joker's more sophisticated than that, and that's what I want to get it back to the old like Mark Hamill, Cesar Romero type of Joker, just very playful, fun, but also can be scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Which yeah.
I think you could pull that off, especially like I said, was said last time when I spoke to you, the monologue was amazing, and even
Thank
more
you.
now, it's like, like if there was somebody born to play that role, I think you're the one to play that role.
I hate to agree, sound cocky and agree, but I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's a role I was born to play, and I'm just like, come on, kick Barry Keoghan out, put me in, Matt Reeves. Let me show you how it's done. Someone's got to do it.
And I had watched your monologue that you had done for a scene for it that you had done at a convention. I was completely blown away. Like, you definitely need to be this character.
Thank you.
Will make it iconic. Like what you do for Art the Clown, you can definitely bring a lot of that in the way that you just emote with your face and everything too. And then you can actually talk as well.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible to watch that.
Thank you.
As a fan, it's just incredible to watch you bring these characters to life. So thank you.
They
for
also,
that.
oh, thank you. But they also need to get a really good writer though. That's the thing. It's like people don't know how to write Joker. Like get one of the writers from the comic book to write the dialogue from him, because his dialogue is very specific. It's very wordy, very, very playful. Because like I said, he's a master wordsmith, so he's always playing with the English language and making jokes out of things that are typically not joke, like when he says there is no sanity clause. I'm like, I love that. I'm like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like that kind of just playing around with language. Like, that's what I love about the character so much.
Kricket can actually ask this question because she put it up here anyway, but it was from Thomas. Do you want to do that one, Kricket?
Oh yes. So Thomas Gannett, who will also be in the Dead Place with us. He has a brilliant question. He said, being a man known for his many voices and impressions, how do you feel going into your future roles now, your upcoming roles, where you're actually going to be able to showcase your vocal talent?
I love that. I'm like, yay! Give me some challenges here too, because I hate sounding like myself. I hate using my own voice for things. I always like, at least if I'm going to use my voice, I want to put some kind of accent on it or something like that, because it's just like I feel like if I talk like myself, then I'm not acting. It's like I'm not the character. So yeah, I love that challenge of like, 'cause that's what I always do. Every role I play, that's the first thing I ever do is try to find the voice of the character, and everything seems to fall in place after I find that character's voice. My mannerisms, the way my posture, all that kind of stuff just falls into place after that. So I'm looking forward to actually showing. Oh yeah, I can actually talk. Yeah,
It's definitely impressive to watch. Like I've compared you to Mel Blanc so much, and not only him, but also Seth MacFarlane, who does a lot of
thank you.
voices as well. Like
Oh
that,
yeah,
it's just so you guys have some kind of natural talent that not many other people have,
yeah.
and getting to watch that is just it's mind blowing.
That's what I've always loved about people that can do voice for, like can do multiple characters and stuff like that. I love always meeting those guys and women, because it's just like it's none of us can really describe how we do it. It's just like an innate thing. We can just hear a voice and like somehow manipulate our vocal cords to imitate it. I have no idea how I do it. I've tried to think of how I do it. I don't know. It just happens.
Talent.
It's my superpower.
It's your superpower. It is.
Nope. It's like, yeah, it's like if I was an X-Men, I would be Mimic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, or like morph, in a way without like changing shape and stuff like that. But
Yeah, definitely. Like it's honestly really just amazing to watch, to be honest.
thank you.
Really fun. So I really love that. But yes, sorry, next projects, because that was actually a question, but we went off on the Joker bit.
Oh, I know. How dare we?
You should do it. Oh, it's just so perfect. Actually, when you did your voiceover, now for in the movie where like it's the dream sequence,
Mhm.
like the commercial type thing, it was like I actually got little vibes of Joker there. I was
No,
like,
that was intentional.
I thought so. I was like,
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was totally intentional. And the funny thing was that was just supposed to be originally be a placeholder. Damien needed something just for a placeholder for that, because he was going to actually go outside and get another actor to do the voiceover for that. But then he's like, why? This is great. It's like, we'll just use this. We can totally use this for this. So yeah, okay. Why hire someone else and have to pay
When he
someone
has
else to
the
do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he has the best voice actor right there at his disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I intentionally just try to make him Joker like, just so I can kind of just like, if Hollywood sees the movie, I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
come on, put me in, coach.
That's
Just
right.
trying to wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes, like,
It's like, what was really funny is like there was one of the fan videos, like one of the like YouTube videos out there. They were talking about different secrets and like Easter eggs in part 2. And they said, it's like, oh yes, it was Mark Hamill that did the voice for this part. They got Mark Hamill. I'm like, oh no. But thank
No.
you for
Yeah.
thinking that was actually Mark Hamill. I'm like, no. And there was an argument on the thread. All these people like, no, that was David. No, I know people involved with the film.
Wow.
It was Mark Hamill. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta weigh in. I'm like, no, sorry.
Nice.
Thank you though. Thank you for thinking I was Mark Hamill, but it was me.
it's a big compliment though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was like, man, I wish. I was like, oh my god, that would have been amazing to have Mark Hamill involved in the film.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Because I'm just like, oh, I'm not worthy.
Would that be your like fangirl moment, do you think?
Oh, I would totally. Oh my god, because that happened to me like back in the day when I was actually still on Twitter. Someone had posted, a comment about my version of Joker I did for Nightwing, and they're like, has Mark Hamill ever seen your Joker? And I was like, oh yeah, if Mark Hamill ever saw my Joker, I would plots. And 5 minutes later, I get a message on that thing saying, hey David, plots away. Great job, Mark.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, he had the little Joker card next to it. I was like, oh my god. No, it was like, oh, I got Mark Hamill's seal of approval. I'm okay. I'm good. Oh shit.
That was kind of like adorable, I'm not gonna lie. That would
Yeah.
be to watch you just
Yeah,
like
that was like Damien and I when we got the tweet from Stephen King too. We're like, oh
Yeah.
god, we're in line at security last week at JFK. Yeah, I read the tweet. I just laughed. This, holy fuck. And all, of course, everybody's like, looking at me. And I was just totally in the zone, like, holy Stephen fucking King, holy shit. I'm like, then I realized where I was. I'm like, oh, sorry. So sorry. So sorry.
Hilarious. So, oh, I bet that's really like, I mean, come on, Stephen King though, to be fair. I think if he even just like tweeted something back to me, I'd be like, I'd lose my mind because he's just.
Yeah, it's Stephen King.
So.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the king himself. It's just like, oh boy, I mean, you can't get better approval than that from the king of horror. It's just like, it's like, oh my god, thank you, especially since he's the guy that created Pennywise.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get that kind of compliment from the guy that created Pennywise. Wow.
I bet it's
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you had to put them together, it's like it's obviously art's gonna like kick ass on that, to be honest.
It's like if I was getting compliments from like Vincent Price, I would be like, oh,
yeah,
like, very good, David, very good.
it's like it's horror royalty, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like oh, you like me, you really like me.
Well, wasn't there a second where, I'm sorry, Scotty.
No,
Wasn't there a second where like Stephen King had just mentioned Terrifier 2?
Yeah.
And asking if it was any good, and then people were like, well, has he even seen it? And then he comes and with that huge compliment after he had seen it. That was brilliant. Yeah.
I was like, that's what we needed. It's just like that's a quote that's going to go on posters and DVD cases and stuff like that, straight from Stephen King himself. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty damn amazing. What?
But yeah, we still haven't got onto it. So what's your other projects? Because we keep getting.
Oh yeah.
Right,
I got the Mean One coming out in December. That's coming out on streaming for free. So I think that's how we're going to get around a lot of the Seuss Estate crap, because they've of course been trying to get them for it. It's parody, it's fair use doctrine. You know, it's just like, look at all the scary movies, all the Mel Brooks movies and stuff like that too. So I guess called parody, and this is what we're doing. We're parodying the classic story of How the Grinch Stole Christmas into a horror movie. And it's not even following the plot line of the book, so it's pure parody. And it's pure camp. Oh my God, it's pure camp. But it's got a love story in it too, which is really funny. Unexpected love story in there. Not with the Grinch, though. No.
Yeah, I know.
We don't. Yeah, we don't even call him the Grinch in the movie. We just call him the Mean One. That they have moments where people are about to say the Grinch and something happens, so it stops them from saying it. So it's kind of that's a running gag throughout the movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The new kid.
Yeah, the new kid. We got the Indiegogo campaign going on for that. Well, not New Kid, but Dead Place. That's what it's called. Yeah, I play the new kid in it though. Yeah, so we're doing the Indiegogo campaign. I think it's got basically a week left in the campaign right now. I think we're about 66% there with the goal and stuff like that. So I know there's going to be a big push this next week, so I'm probably going to be posting a lot about it and stuff like that too. So if anybody can donate, please do, because that's what made Terrifier 2 possible. It's the Indiegogo campaign. It's the fans donating and stuff like that. It's like it just shows like how important the fan base really is, especially to the indie community. So it's like anything anybody can do for this is greatly appreciated. So yeah, and then got stream as well with a lot of the Terrifier 2 team. Of course, Mike Levy's directing it. Damien's been doing a lot of the practical effects for us, so those kills are awesome. Then we got like just a who's cast of horror celebrities. So it's just like Dee Wallace, Jeffrey Combs, Tony Todd, Danielle Harris, Felissa Rose, Dave Sheridan, Daniel Roebuck, Tim Reed, Terry Alexander. God, some other people I can't even name yet because no one knows they're in the movie yet. And it's just like, holy shit. It's a fun story too. So about, you know, these people that get locked in a hotel with these 4 serial killers that are competing against each other in a game. And so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. There's some fun kills in it too. So I think, you know, that's gonna be fun when that finally comes out. I got like maybe one more scene to film for it. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I've been meaning to film this scene forever, and it's just like life has gotten away because, you know, like Mike had a baby earlier this year and stuff like that. And, you know, Jason, his brother, got engaged, and they're planning that wedding. So things have taken a little bit backseat, unfortunately. But, you know, they're still filming it right now. I mean, they just filmed a scene earlier this week with a certain somebody, which is like, I love that this person's in the movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I tried to get it out of Michael last. Haven't done it.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm really excited about this one, to be honest. I like the
Oh yeah.
I like the premise. Couldn't talk about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's a great premise. It's a fun story. It's something we're hoping is going to become a franchise as well. So it's just like, and you know, if you know, if it can have half the success as Terrifier 2, that's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look, honestly looks amazing from what you see.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're doing that you can tell?
Not yet. No, but who knows? I mean, now like my agent is starting to get people coming to her like, "Hey, David." So hopefully something happens soon. I mean, I'm putting this. I keep on trying to put this out in the universe. I know the Duffer Brothers are doing a live action interpretation of Death Note.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would love to play Ryuk in that. I would like, come on, put me in. I want to play Ryuk so badly. I love apples anyway. Come on. You know you want to make me Ryuk. Come on.
We actually just talked about this earlier. It's so weird. So like with somebody else, and I was like, I'm having deja vu right now. It's so strange. But
It
yeah,
would light up my life.
Oh man.
I would love it. I would. That would be so much fun. But who knows? But you know, I feel like, you know, it's a lot more possible now considering the success for Terrifier 2. So hopefully we can make that happen. I like to put it out there in the universe. Maybe the Duffer Brothers will hear about this somehow. They're like, oh, David wants to play Ryuk. Okay.
I think you could pull it off. Like, are you wanting to stay in like the sort of horror genre? Or would you branch out to anything else? Or
I would love to go back into comedy again. I miss doing comedy. I want to get comedy back to what comedy used to be, because there haven't been good comedies in a while. It's like it's been. I remember talking to Damien about this a few months ago while we're in the car one day. We're like, yeah, name the last good comedy that you've seen in the movie in the last 10 years.
Would you ever do anything kind of like Eddie Murphy did, where he's playing a whole bunch of different
Oh, I would
characters,
love
like with
to.
Norbit, one of my
God,
favorite
I
movies,
would
Norbit.
love to. Or like Nutty Professor type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I would totally love to do something like that. It's just like, yeah, that's the thing. I miss those type of comedies. So it's just silly, off the wall, just zany comedies, and you know, a lot of slapstick, all that kind of stuff. It's like, I think everybody's just trying to play it way too safe. They're so afraid of offending people now. It's like that's killed comedy in so many ways. It's like, yeah, like Mel Brooks would not be able to make movies now, which is sad. It's just like, Mel Brooks. I'm like, come on, you know, you couldn't have had the movies that came out, the classics, like, you know, or even like, you know, Steve Martin movies and Eddie Murphy movies back in the day, because like, oh God, this is too this and too that. I'm like, come on, have fun. Like The Jerk could never be made today. Like, and I love those movies. They're so funny. They hold up. You can watch them still today and laugh your butt off.
Yeah.
Never
And they were
stopped being
coming out.
funny.
They were coming out all the time back in the 80s, especially. That was like a renaissance of comedies. It's like there's like so many in a year would come out. You know, you had John Candy movies, Eddie Murphy movies, you know, Steve Martin movies, Martin Short movies, Chevy Chase, all that kind of stuff. They're all coming out, and they're all fun. Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, just Jim Carrey. All, and you just don't have those anymore. And it's like, we need to get back to that. People need to laugh again.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problems right now. It's like no one's laughing anymore.
He did make us laugh in Terrifier though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still love that. I just think it's great. It's such a good movie. I'm still on a high from it though, so I don't shut up about it.
Good. I love that. I love it. That's what I think is so cool. Is like, I'm hearing from so many people that have gone to see it like multiple times in the theaters. I'm like, that's amazing. You don't, especially when you consider how much movies cost now to see in a theater, and you hear about people going multiple times to see the same movie. I'm like, that is very rare. That's very rare. And it's like, wow, people really like this movie. That's great. I love that.
I think Carrie and Ronnie have probably single-handedly funded a lot of the ticket sales.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God, them and Rick is just like,
Yeah.
selfie
guy.
man, selfie guy. Fuck yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We keep on joking, you know, after all he was doing to hype himself up being selfie guy in the movie. It's like, we should have cut him just cut him in the one version he sees of the movie.
Oh my God.
Just mess with him after all this hype he's been doing, but we can't do that to him. It's like he would probably kill himself.
I mean, to be fair, it would be funny just to watch him and go.
He would be funny though, just to see him wait. It's like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
What the fuck? I'm on the cutting room floor.
Wait, where am I?
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Kricket, we're gonna have to tag him in this one.
Yeah.
When this video comes out, we'll have to tag him. It's gonna be so funny.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That would have been hilarious, just to like just total, you know, just punk him that way. But we love him too much. We're like, we can't do that to the poor guy. I mean, he's such a hype man. He's such a great hype man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love a good like practical joke though. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's making money at conventions selling autographs as selfie guy, which is, I think, is hysterical. It's like Lauren and Elliot haven't even done that. Yeah, he made a movie. He made a short film. That's
Bless
coming out, I
him.
think, the next week. Yeah, I'm like, my God. But hey, it's great for us though. It's great publicity, you know. It's like, I love it, you know, because he knows people too, so like, you know, Kevin Smith and stuff like that. So it's just like, this is awesome.
I didn't know.
I mean, he's definitely put us on like Kevin Smith's radar, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow.
So, like, see, that's who I'd like to team up with to make a Joker movie. Like he understands, because I know at one point at one point he wanted to do a Batman horror type movie, like set in Arkham Asylum or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, yes, that would be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely the Arkham. Oh my gosh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's like, put me in, coach. I'll be happy. Be happy.
Oh, hang on, my phone's gone off. Where's my questions gone?
I don't know. I'll get your questions go.
Just.
Oh no, you
need
lost
help,
your
Scotty.
questions there, Scotty.
I got it. We're good. We're okay. We're all right.
It's so funny, when I was there in Manchester last week, I found myself accidentally sliding into the different accents when I was talking to people. I'm like, oh shit. I'll just be at the table and someone's like, oh yeah, I love your movie. I'm like, oh, thank you.
That's hilarious, because Steve Jennings and I were just discussing accents and everything, and he was saying that he cannot do a proper American accent. And I was trying to tell him, well, you know, we all sound different based on where we are in America. So anything you do would probably be fine.
Oh yeah, it's like, hi there, I am Steve Jennings.
Could you imagine?
Especially the way he talks and everything, you know.
Right?
Well, that's the funny thing, is like the Southern accent and the British are so similar in a lot of ways, because like I think the Southern accent developed from the Cockney, if I remember right. So yeah, because like Georgia, you know, this old Southern plantations down there in Georgia, you know, Georgia was originally a prison colony, basically, and yeah, debtor's prison.
I can just listen to you do accents all day.
I know.
We could just do this one.
Yeah, they're so much fun to do, you know. I'm not really quite sure why. I just kind of had fun. You know, people was like, I remember just being on the plane flying over, and I'm like, standing next to the male flight attendant comes up, so it's like, oh, so are you waiting for the loo? And I'm like, uh-huh. I am. Like, oh shit.
I got a poo
Yeah.
in the loo.
You gotta go to the loo. I love she's like, oh yeah. I was like, because I was just trying not, because I'm just sitting there, it's like, oh god, because there's so many different versions over there. That's why I love it. That's why I love about the UK is like it's such a small country geographically, but so diverse when it comes to dialects.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it is fun. Like you can go, like I'm in Leicester, so the accent's kind of like, I can't do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I was about to, I was like, no, I'll ruin
But
it.
yours is so it's so close to being Scottish too. It's like,
That's why.
yeah, that's it. But that's why but it's there. It's right there. It's
Watered
four
down
lines.
now, to be fair.
I
Yeah.
absolutely love your accent, Scotty. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like butter melting in my ears. I
Yeah.
love your accent. I
Oh, it's
love it. I can listen to
wonderful.
you
It's
talk
just yeah.
all the
It's
time.
like just read the dictionary to me. That's the type of thing.
Yeah,
It's like with
yeah.
those accents.
Just say
I'm just like,
words.
yeah.
Just
It's
you're
like
a fan.
like fan.
I might have to send David a video of my grand talking. You can
Your
try
grand talking. I love it.
the mentalist. You get her all fired up. Oh, bugger.
Oh god.
She's
I also
like,
love the Irish one too. Just like, oh yeah, that's a nice one there too. Which is like I've been watching Irish people try different things on YouTube. It's a whole channel, but
Oh.
Irish people try the oh fuck, what the fuck am I eating here? This is not really a good kind of candy here. I don't really like it.
is it the one with the guy with the long hair and the leather jacket?
They got different people on there, yeah.
I think that's the one I watched because it's fucking funny.
Oh, it's yeah. They have all these like all these Irish people. They just try different things. Like there's this one where they go to Epcot.
Yeah.
And they're going to every country and trying booze from every country at Epcot. So they're progressively getting drunker and drunker and drunker. So by the end of the, hey, oh my god, here. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know. Oh.
Oh my god, that is an awesome video. I think they're brilliant. I'd love to
Oh yeah, I love them. I love them.
Scottish versus the Irish.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
It's great. Brilliant. Bloody brilliant. Actually, speaking of Scottish people,
Simply just fantastic and all that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
your birthday's on St. Andrew's Day, which is like Scottish Day.
Oh, well, that works. That works. I don't want to age anymore though. I'm like I like to stay my age. I'm getting gray. I don't want to get gray. I'm like, this sucks. What the fuck?
I like it though. You look so distinguished.
I know.
You do. I like it.
Doesn't it?
Or like
It's
when guys
old.
have beards and then starts getting gray in the
Yeah,
beard.
but
love
I
that.
can't grow a beard really because like I gotta keep clean shave for all the photo ops and stuff like that. But I don't really grow a good beard. I can grow a goatee, but not a beard. I'm so splotchy. It's my native ancestry. Damn it! It's not fair.
I think you could pull off like with your hair like that, like some creepy, like somebody that runs an asylum or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
just do the Vincent Price thing.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god.
There you go.
Good there.
Sorry,
You need soup, David.
He does need soup.
I got tea.
Well, yeah, okay, well, soup.
Yeah,
She
but yeah,
wants-
There's that, but soup.
butt soup. I don't want butt soup though.
No,
Not butt soup.
Tastes like ass.
I don't think anybody wants.
It's a bit nutty.
He's like, shit.
Oh my god, that's because they do shit, Austin.
Yeah.
Love that bit from that movie. It's freaking.
Yeah.
Henry Wretched. I was like,
Yeah. But speaking of Vincent, there was a time I did a show back in Huntsville called The Nerd, and I played a gay theater critic in it. And so I was like very dapper. I had a cravat and all that. I was wearing not a cravat, but ascot I was wearing, and they made me older too for it. So I had actually grown out my goatee for it, and they graded my temples and everything like that. I looked a lot like Vincent Price, and it was just like, people are like, oh my God. I'm like, I know, I like this look. This is good. This is a good look.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you got photos of that? I'm so nosy.
I somewhere probably, maybe like a deep dive into my Facebook page, maybe.
We can do it. We'll take one for the team and go for it.
Yeah.
That was like 18 years ago, which is hard to believe now. Yeah, that's, or no, 17. Yeah, 2005. So yeah, wow.
That makes you feel old when you say that.
Man.
If somebody goes the 90s, you're like, oh, that was only like last decade, was it? You're like, oh,
Like, no, that was like 30 years ago. You're like, oh,
why?
why?
God, I feel so old. Okay, need to crack on because you've not got long, and I've got to be quick.
You need to crack on.
Right, let's go. So I've got a thing.
Release the Kraken.
Release the. You release the crack. And
I see what you did there, Scotty.
crack.
Crack in.
I did see your bloody butt crack though. Like you had blood down your butt crack. Oh my God, this took a turn for the worst.
That was the best shower ever because I was like, I get it off.
Because it's so sticky.
I was sticking to everything. They had to basically put me on a trash bag and transport me back because I was just so sticky. It's like Damien just kept on covering me in more and more blood, and I was just like, God, because it was so cold. Oh God, it was so cold. And he's just, and I'm like, you're just doing this to pay me back for something. And he's like, you're loving this. He's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, God, why?
When I did see it, I laughed first, and then I thought, oh, but that's horrible.
That was horrible. It was horrible. That was miserable that night.
Bless you. You did
Plus,
take the team though. It was entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Definitely entertaining.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing this thing. I did it with Michael Levy, and he had some good ones. So we're doing a thing called movie swap because the horror movie. Oh, in a minute. I'll get there. I will. The horror community likes to share like movies with each other. That's how you find them. So what I did with Michael was I asked him, I said, you can do like maybe one or two and see what you think. Like so we could do a movie swap.
Okay.
So I'll give you a minute to think about it just because the sheer fact I'll put you on the spot. But mine would be, I said to him, and I'm going to say to you as well, a British movie called Mum and Dad, not the Nicolas Cage one. It's like a British, quite dark movie. And it was brilliant. And then, what was the other one I wanted to do?
Oh God, the hiccups, damn it.
It's all right, hickey away. Hickey away,
Yeah.
what? Hiccup away. Yeah, I'd say that.
Hickey away, that's totally different.
That's another movie. That could be in horror.
Yes.
Jesus. But yeah.
You cheeky bastard.
Cheeky monkey.
I've never heard that before. Hear it all the bloody time. So yeah, so I'd probably say Mum and Dad, and then.
Oh God.
Have you seen Train to Busan?
Yes.
Oh, every time I keep telling you.
So good.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
So good. So good. Oh my God, it's like God. I'm coughing and hiccuping at the same time. What the fuck? My body's going to explode.
Next, it's going to be farting.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's like one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen.
It's stunning. It's just beautiful. So that's my two for you. Have you got any horror movies that you'd suggest?
Yes, going back to like my Vincent Price reference is there's this movie he did called The Comedy of Terrors.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's amazing. Oh God, it's got like Boris Karloff and Peter Lorre in it, and it's Basil. God.
Sure, it was tea in there. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Basil Rathbone's in it too, so it's great. Oh my God, it's so funny. But it's oh God,
That one was barely noticeable.
Yeah, I noticed it. But it's this story of like a mortician that, you know, he's about to go out of business, so he just starts killing off his own clients, so he has more people to, like, you know, business, so he just starts killing people, so he can have more bodies to get rid of, so he can make more money. So yeah, but it's great. Oh my god, it's such a funny movie. It's just like he and like Peter Lorre playing off each other are hysterical, because Peter Lorre plays his assistant, and it's just it's hard to take me seriously right now. Let me grab some sugar real quick. I'll be right back. This is going to help me, I hope.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm just like, this is annoying the crap out of me.
No, you're good. You're good.
I sound like a squeaky toy.
So cute.
So Scotty, speaking of movies and everything while he's away, there's
Yeah.
one that I just watched. It's on Netflix, but it's called Incantation.
Okay.
And it's a foreign film, and it's based, like, they made it in Taiwan, low budget, independent, beautifully done. Like, as far as effects and everything go, just so beautifully done. And so I'm recommending it to everyone because I was blown away. Because I love the found footage, documentary style type. So definitely check it out. It's pretty good. Incantation. Really, really well done. Well done.
You know, forgetting I have to message you.
I'll definitely tell you again. Be like, Incantation, Scotty.
Thank you.
Of course.
There's another one actually, just thinking of that was the actual one that I wanted to pick, but I just went Train to Busan because my brain went. But there's a movie with Justin Long, and
Is it Walrus? The Walrus
Tusk.
one?
oh, that's
Tusk. That's it.
No, it's actually a different one. It's got Christina Ricci in it, and it's got the guy that plays Aslan. Come on, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Oh yes, yes, I've seen that.
And it's called After
Yes.
Life. Oh,
Yep.
it's really good.
Afterlife. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I still got them, damn it, but they're not severe.
Okay. You're all right. Have you got any other ones for us?
Have you seen The Final Girls?
No, I haven't actually. Is
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a really good one.
Yep.
Is it
Well,
back?
oh well, they'll go away eventually, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Final Girls is really good. It's got a like Malin Ackerman's in it, and it's got this great twist on like the slasher genre. It's it's let's see, it's it's a slasher movie inside of a slasher movie, because it's like a slasher. They go inside of literally a slasher movie, because like the main character, her mom, Malin Ackerman, was a scream queen,
Mhm.
and she ends up being transported inside of her mom's Jason-like movie, and so she meets her mom when she's younger as the actress. Well, you know, the character in the movie, and they're having to survive the actual movie.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool concept. A lot of fun. It's a funny movie too.
I definitely give that one a go. Actually, it was on my list. I've got like a massive list of films, and I'm like, so
Yeah.
I need to watch a bit. And then my last question, then I've got one more thing, and then that's
Okay.
But last one is favorite horror movie kills. It doesn't have to be from Terrifier. It can be from anything.
I love the marionette kill from
Yeah.
Dream Warriors. I
Yeah.
think that is just so creative, but so gory too, because it made me cringe so much, because like you just like the sinew and everything, just kind of like, oh god, that's horrible. That's so cool too. Just
It was really effective in that. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
because now when he was walking, I think we said this in the last one as well, but I don't care. It's my favorite one as well. When he's walking, you can see like all the stuff coming out his feet, and it's
Yeah.
like a gaping hole. Blech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no. No. I sound so weird.
It's alright, go for it. I don't care. But I'd say probably one of mine actually. The Ali's one, like the right at the beginning where they'll.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah. I'm like, ow.
don't do I. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah. That's the thing, is like anything with eyes and broken bones make me and a kill. And we had both of those I killed.
I was gonna say really.
Yeah.
when you were doing it and the snapping, did that make you go a bit funny?
Yeah. It's good they weren't doing sound because I was like, ah.
'Cause, like,
Yeah. Well, also with the hand split with it.
that
It wasn't supposed to split as far as it did, and I'm like, oh, whoopsie.
oh,
You were too super strong.
Yeah, because we only had one shot with that, so I'm like, whoop, I is stronger than I thought.
damn it. Oh well.
Yeah. So I'm like, it looks gnarly though.
It does look gnarly.
Mhm.
Have you got any Kricket?
Yeah, just one last one. What are your feelings and what do you think about AtCast being mentioned in the New York Times? Arthur Clown Appreciation Society. We're
How
blowing up
cool.
so
How cool was
crazy too,
that?
right? Like
That was
13,000 just about now.
Yeah, that's
That's all that needs to be
amazing.
said.
Yeah. Maybe doing this will stop him just going
There
mocking
you
him.
go.
Wouldn't
Try
that be
pushing
funny?
it on like your diaphragm too. That helps.
No, I do. Usually the spoonful of sugar does it, but
It also helps the medicine go down.
yeah, it
Sure.
does in the most delightful way.
Right.
Yeah, fucked up Mary Poppins. That'd be quite fun. But yeah.
God, that had be Bert.
Well, because you can sing and do accents and everything.
Yeah.
You would be great.
Mary Poppins. Hello, Mary Poppins. Hello.
I'd pay to see you in a dress.
Heck yes.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
It's
Done
all-
everything else. It's like if you've done nude, you may as well just go.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Go all the
I've
way.
done it before. I've played some characters like that where I have to play females in shows.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
done.
don't make a pretty woman.
You don't make a pretty woman.
Oh, I do not make a pretty woman.
Aw.
Yeah, no.
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 No mistake out for
I
you.
wouldn't do me.
Well, actually, this is one of the questions I left out. Actually, what's it like now having a lot of ladies like, oh hello. How's that?
Yes. Yes.
He's like,
Especially after the laundromat scene.
you're looking a bit flustered, love. Are you okay?
It's weird. It's weird. I'm not used to it. It's just like, okay, thanks. Because sometimes I wonder how genuine it is too. If it's because I am like, do they like me for me or they like me because I'm art? That's the thing. So I'm very wary.
Or do they like you for art's butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Scotty and I have claimed joint ownership over you, so
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now.
we have joint custody.
Oh God, let me die. I'm so embarrassed right now.
I'm not. I'm awful. Everybody that knows me knows I'm awful.
She's a very bad lady. But we know that you're really, really lovely. So we just
Yeah.
we like David too.
Yeah,
Hey.
absolutely.
There you go. But yeah. So my one last thing is my friend Deanna is actually going to go and see Terrifier. There she is. I'm going to mute you. And she's actually in Norway, and the lucky souls have actually managed to get
It's
it.
beautiful.
That's amazing.
But it was her birthday, and I was like, come on, say hi to David.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank
Woo! I don't have a little thing, but
I think I might have it. Hang on. Continue.
Do you, Scotty?
I think I do actually. Yeah.
It's really funny because my coworker has a husband that runs the cinema in the bigger towns in the area, and was like telling her about Terrifier and Terrifier 2, and like, fucking USA, why can't they put it in here like Norway? But, and then
it's not our fault. It's like different countries, they have different regulations about what can be shown in theaters.
yeah, exactly. And then she messaged me like a few days ago, like they just got the rights to the movie now. So I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Yes. And I just for my birthday I got tickets from them, so it's like, oh, it's perfect. It's like,
That's perfect. I hope you have a fun time then.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, go pee beforehand. It's a long movie.
Yeah.
I know.
You
But
are gonna love it.
I barely got someone to see it because no one wanted to. They were so
Oh, bless their hearts.
Aw.
yeah.
Oh, you've got Art blowing his little.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go, Scotty. That's
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you so much, David, as usual. You've actually
You're
got
welcome.
spare. We did it in time.
Yeah. You know, funny story about the little noisemaker. There's a take where I'm supposed to eat it. So I was like, I just kind of just chomped down.
I like it when you drop it, whack it out the way.
Oh yeah. That was unintentional with the whack. It was just like I was trying to catch it, and I was like, oh fuck, I suck. I just thought it was funny, so it just works.
Oh my gosh.
My idiosyncrasies sometimes make it into the movie, and they're like, oh, that's hysterical. I'm like, I wasn't intending to be funny there. That's just me being inept.
Yeah, that's when you get the best in it, when it's
Oh
just
yeah.
on the fly. So yeah. But thank you so much as usual. Thank you for
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much, David.
You're welcome. And my hiccups are gone. Yay.
Yay! See, we cured him.
Hallelujah.
Yay!
Hallelujah. Pass the plate.
So before we go, I've got to say one thing because it's not an interview between us two if I don't say it. I love you. There you go.
There you go.
I love
You
you
had
too.
to say it again.
Oh.
That's gonna be your trademark, Scotty. I love you, David.
Oh.